Hobby people, it's been a long time. It's Justin with Mock Speed Hobbies coming at you today. We've been out of it for a while, trying to bring some new content to you. Today we just tried out a new one called the Redcat Wendingo. This is another one of their in-house designs that they just came out with not too long ago. It's a full brushless rock racer, and from what I understand, this is another in-house design, like I said, kind of like their Gen 8 rock crawler, the Scout 2. So let's take a look at the box here. So as you may know, the Wendingo is like one of those mythical creatures of the forest. You kind of see that depicted on the box there. Kind of goes really well with the theme of this truck. It's a real beefy looking truck, straight axles, brushless rock bouncer, rock racer, whatever you want to call it. It's got a wider track than, let's say, your Gen 8 rock crawlers. These things are capable of crawling, but they do it in a lot more of a basher style fashion. Of course, it's four-wheel drive. They do come with Hobbywing electronics. Like I said, we love Hobbywing motor, Hobbywing speed control, Hexafly servos, and they went ahead and sprung for the Metal Gear arm and the Metal Gear servo with the 25 kilogram torque rating. You've got heavy-duty solid axle, and we've got the cool little diamond-shaped center axle housing that's a little better for sliding over your obstacles and stuff like that. It's got a good 2.91 to 1 gear ratio. It does have integrated heavy-duty double shear mounting points too. Coming up to the top of the box, you got a nice little forward view of the truck. Right now, from what I understand, they are only available in blue. They do have clear bodies available though, so if you'd like to paint your own clear body and create something more custom, you can do that as well. You've got, similar to the Gen 8, you've got the molded front grille. It's also ready for headlight install, so you can buy one of the Redcat lighting sets, and it's designed to go right into the existing buckets. Got a roll cage. You've got a scale rear mounted radiator. You've got a really nice detailed cockpit. You've got pilots in there, GPS monitor. Also has the LED ready bumpers on it, just like the Gen 8 crawler. And you've got some scale accessories like the emergency equipment and the molded fuel cell. So they've really kind of catered to the guys who like to have a little bit more scale looking vehicle too. Let's flip this around. All right, so as you know, it's got the metal C-channel high strength steel frame. You've got a really durable transmission. They give you the gear ratios 1.54 to 1. It's a 32 pitch spur and pinion gears, so no more hunting those 0.6 metric gears that they used to use. And it is fully divorced transfer case. I think we're going to find a lot of similarities between this and the Gen 8. Just like that is one of the key features of the Gen 8. It has the metal shocks. It also has an adjustable rear anti-sway bar as well. It's got the heavy-duty drive shafts with the metal universals like the Gen 8 has as well. We love that. It's been very durable in the past. It's got the real heavy 4-link suspensions with the 5mm heavy-duty links. You actually have a CNC aluminum spool in the axles, which is really cool. That's there for strength. It's got up to 47 degrees of inside wheel deflection and 32 degrees on the outside. So it does have quite a bit of acronym to help the steering. That helps in off-road situations and slow speed handling. You can get around those turns a lot easier. And you also have an officially licensed Raceline Avenger wheel and Interco Super Swamper tires. We love those Super Swampers. It's a pretty big truck. You'll notice that it is got a 309mm track and its overall length of 546mm. 75 millimeters tall in the center breakover. You've actually got 47 millimeters to the pumpkin. That's pretty decent. And you've also got a overall 270 millimeter height of the vehicle. So all that looked over on the outside. I can't wait. Let's get on into the inside of the box, see what this puppy looks like. Okay, so this is imposing. It's already looking like a big vehicle. Comes packed in there really nice. It's got a nice cardboard hold down. It's sitting in a caddy. They've wrapped it up really well to make sure that the top doesn't get scratched up. And just looking at it too, this thing would lend itself really well to some custom body mods. I mean, you could put a steel roof on there if you wanted to. Lots of cool stuff going on. Overall, the tires, these are way bigger than the ones that you'll find on the Gen 8. It's the same tread pattern, but they're way bigger. Far bigger than the Gen 8. I think I'm going to have to give me some cutter pliers to get the zip ties and untie this thing so you guys can look at it. Just give me just a moment. Okay, folks, so this is something I really wanted you to see. This is your typical 10th scale 1.9 inch competition crawler. Okay, this is the new Axial Capra. Now, look at it next to the Wendingo. The Wendingo looks like it could just eat it for lunch. This thing is huge, and it is, like I said, it's quite a bit bigger than the Redcat Gen 8 too. Their scaler, I mean, look at the difference in size here. I mean, they are way bigger than the Axial. You know, you've got a 2.2 rim as well. Much bigger tires. I mean, these will fit all the 2.2 tires if you wanted to go up to, you know, upgraded rims and tires. It's a standard 12 millimeter hex, so you have that going for you as well. The controller, I mean, there's nothing super fancy about it, but actually Redcat does a pretty good job with their standard controllers. You have adjustments on the inside. They're easy to use, simple, you know, just a good feeling controller, not too heavy. Cotter keys hold these guys on, and I want to tell you, it's a thick cotter key. It does take a little force to pull it off. Maybe some pulls would be in order to help that out. And then, fortunately, the clips on the rear are not in the way of like a roll cage or something. I've seen that be a problem in some other vehicles that have roll cages. But I want to tell you, they're stiff. They take some force. I'm struggling with this one now. Like I said, you could take you some zip ties or something like that. Would probably help you remove those. But you can tell they didn't intend those things to come off easily. You will see some similarities, and actually some, I'm noticing right off the bat, some interchangeable parts. I mean, this looks like the same shock mount as the Gen 8, the same body post mount as the Gen 8, and the center brace has a similar transmission, if not the same transmission. You've got a similar, not the same, battery tray, which sits nice and low. This little tray area right here, the little sidebar, does look a little bit different. You know, their typical case there, for the radio equipment. Now the shocks, they are bigger bore. That's one thing I'm noticing right off the bat. Now they are, they do have threaded bodies and they're fully adjustable, like the Gen 8. But they're about twice the bore. They are a lot bigger and heavier gauge than the Gen 8. So you can tell this thing is being built for some jumping and bashing. It's got their nice molded bumpers, front and rear. You'll see it's got a huge 550 can brushless motor. So this thing is meant to bash. It's going to have some serious power. The frame is real heavy gauge too, just like the Gen 8. It does have this really cool, see if you can see that, the anti-sway bar, and that's reminiscent of, you know, the Baja buggies and Baja trucks that you see out there. That'll help control the rear end whenever you're taking corners and hitting those jumps. The 4-link system is really nice too. You can tell that they are bent to create more articulation and more freedom of movement. The universal joints are kind of typical of what they've done on their crawlers in the past. You've got the actual metal universal joints with the composite shaft, and it's got a similar fully divorced transfer case for the 4-wheel drive, just like the Gen 8 does. One thing I am noticing that's different too is the Gen 8 had some bumps through here that a lot of guys complained about. They got hung up on rocks. This does not have that. You've got pretty much a nice smooth area through here in the middle that, you know, should prevent you from high centering or getting snagged on stuff. It also has a low profile pumpkin that's got that diamond shape that they were talking about, which helps you glide past obstacles on the front and on the rear. So that's really cool as well. Now, and also, something I'm noticing here is your 4-link brackets are a lot heavier duty on these than they are on the Gen 8. You know, you can tell that they really thought, like, okay, this thing's going to really take a high-speed bashing, and it needs to be beefed up. Same thing you'll notice with the knuckles. The C-hubs and the axle carriers, they're beefed up as well. Look to be quite a bit thicker than the Gen 8. You'll see right there. Everything's bolted in nice, and it has this nice upper brace on the front and rear axle too, that just kind of ties everything together, makes everything more rigid. It's got a really heavy-duty drag link steering system on it as well. You've got a nice long panhard bar, so there's really no interruption in the articulation there, and you've got a nice Metal Gear arm on that big honking 25 kilogram servo too, so this thing shouldn't have any trouble whatsoever steering really well for you. Now your scale accessories here, they're just included in the bag. You have the ability to, you know, use those or don't. They leave it up to you. They don't pre-install them, and you've got your full manual right here as well. There's a few tools in that kit as well. Man, I'm just really impressed. I can't wait to try this guy out. I would look for another video from us very soon, because I don't think I'm going to be able to keep my hands off this one, guys. So, guys, if you're liking our videos, as always, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications, too, so you know when we do finally put out some new videos, you're getting those notifications. Guys, thank you and have a great week.